Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Stitching Colourist with Shelley Lewis. So in my last video I might have mentioned that, no, I didn't mention it in my last video. What am I on about? I put it as a post that I may not be posting a video until Tuesday. Well, it's Monday today and I can actually post a video. I thought I would be really busy today. We have been this morning doing the garden. It's not perfect, but we're kind of getting there. My husband trimmed the garden while I got all the grassy bits up. So I thought I've got a chance to make a video, so why not? So this is one that's quite a bit overdue. I've had this book for a little bit now. This is the new book by the Belba family, which is Square Mandalas, Floral Inspiration. And this is colour by number book, 3x3mm sections. And this is the third mandala book in the series. So on the back of the book you've got your usual 22 colour palette with some full colour illustrations on the back, which they do look very pretty, very nice. So if we open the book, you get your "this page belongs to." I have bent the book a little bit in my bag storing it. You have your bit of information on the information page. Square Mandalas, Floral Inspiration. This is the 4D book with square mandalas we've done for you. So it must be the fourth one, not the third. Sorry, the fourth, not third. Free your mind by colouring 25 square mandalas with floral designs. Flowers inspire our souls with some particular energy. Floral mandalas set your mind and soul free. Enjoy this very colourful and positive book. And it just gives you a bit of information on how you can colour the mandalas. We will be starting a page in here in a minute and then doing a bit of a colour and chat. So you have 22 colours in our book, so it's the 22 colour palette. And yeah, this is the fourth one, so I do apologise, it's not the third book in the series. They have 3 others here, which is the book 1. Book 2 is Animals in Patterns and Happiness, where they have got another one, which is, oh, it's right here. So I think technically this could be the 5th one. Mind you, the mandalas, yeah, sorry. There is another one here, which is Square Mandalas, Lisa's Garden. So it is the 3rd book technically, if you want to say mandalas. I'm just trying to get that book back in there. Oh, without knocking you guys, not doing very well, am I? So yeah, let's see if we can get this light on. Yeah, I've got it on. So open it up the next page. You have try your colour palette, which you can try different colours that you want to use for the book. To be honest, I don't really use that, to be fair. And then your mandalas start on the right hand side of the page. Pictures are one-sided, so you do have a black background to, it doesn't prevent bleed through, but it kind of minimises it. So I'm not going to do a flip through of the book because really it's just pixel squares. You can colour these in any way that you like, whether it be in dot method or cross stitch method or block. So we'll go to the back page and it says we are the Belba family. It gives you their information there about full colour pictures, sharing them on Instagram, that they do reshare your work, which I think is a nice thing for them to do. And it also says followers, so you can follow them on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. And also where you can follow the Belba family shop at the bottom. And then at the back of the book it tells you their other books they do in the series. So they do Mosaic Colour by Number Art Activity Book, colour by number and colour version books, puzzle colour by number books, which I'm going to have to grab back out soon because I haven't done any in a while. Stone Mosaic series, which I absolutely love. Free Colour series, which I love, and also the Mystery Mosaics book series. So we're just going to open it up at a random page, and I'm going to make a start. We're just going to have a bit of a colouring chat for about 20 minutes. I was wondering whether to do it on a live stream, but I know daytimes can be awkward for people, not to mention daytimes recording is better for me. So, oh, where shall we start? Now, I usually start in the top right corner, so I think that's what we are going to do. So you will only see me do squares. It's not going to be anything spectacular, so I do hope it isn't boring for you guys. I just thought we can use this chance as a catch up. So the top right corner, left corner, sorry, is number 16, and that is dark blue. So what I've decided to use is, because I don't get them out very often, and I've accumulated a few of them now, we're going to use my Tombow pens, because I have accumulated quite a few now in there. Some of them are second hand, some are brand new. So the colour that I'm going to use is this one, which is 555, and it's a dark blue. You have, a few of you might already be familiar with these. You have your brush tip, which obviously I'm not going to use in here because that would be a bit awkward for these. Or you have your small bullet tip, and this is the tip that I'm going to use. Now, I wanted to use these pens with the slightly larger tips than the fine liners, because I do like fine liners, but I feel like sometimes you can see more of a, if they are like a slightly thicker tip. So we're going to make a start, and I'm just going to be putting X's in there. So how is everybody? I hope you're all keeping well. Do you know, it's been a while since I've done a colour and chat. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? I've got quite a bit to tell you, really. I can't remember what I have told you already since I did the last one, so if I do tend to repeat myself, I do apologise. So where shall we start? We'll start by... Right, we'll start with the nitty-gritty thing, and we'll just get that out of the way, and then we'll brighten it up. So the nitty-gritty thing I want to talk to you about is, if you've been with me for a while and you've watched my colour and chats or follow me on Instagram, a few of you will know that I have had some health problems recently with my eyes and my brain, so to speak. Well, I think I told you about my MRI scan, I'm sure I did. And basically, I'm going to do some more 16s here. Basically, my MRI scan showed up that I had pressure on the skull and brain. Well, since then, they put me on the 10-day course of a strong medication to try and relieve that pressure. I took that for 10 days. There was a bit of an hoo-ha with appointments, but I'm not going to go into that because the ophthalmology at first said they'd like to see me again, and then when I called them when I hadn't heard from them, they had no recollection of it, which was a bit annoying because I was being told one thing and they was doing another. However, they did contact me. The ophthalmology asked how I was. They asked if I'd seen the neurologist yet, because I'd been referred to a neurologist in Preston, a brain specialist. I hadn't heard from them because there was a 37-week waiting list. So they did book me another appointment to go back to the ophthalmology to have a check-up and see how things are, to see if the pressure had been released if it's come down. Now my eyes are, well, waiting for that appointment. I got a letter in the post for a phone call appointment. Now this phone call appointment, I presume, is with the neurologist for the beginning of July. But I had my other appointment a couple of days ago to see the ophthalmology. So I went for that appointment. It was Saturday, Saturday at 1:30. So I went for that appointment. He basically did the eye test they did first time round to check the pressure on my eyes to see how that is. And basically he told me, the doctor, that they can't do anything more for me now at ophthalmology because the problem was definitely in my head, with my brain, and not my eyes. So I have to see what the neurologist says. I did ask the doctor if the pressure had gone down on the eye connections, or if it had stayed the same, and unfortunately there's no change. The pressure is still there, so it's not improved. He did, however, said that depending on what happens, the neurologist might suggest that I go for a lumbar puncture, that I have lumbar puncture done. So basically, if a lot of you probably will be familiar with I can't say it, lumbar puncture. What it is they insert a needle into the middle of the spine and they retract some cerebral fluid that obviously travels to the brain, I think, and it can detect any diseases that you might have either in the spine or the brain. So he said they might suggest that I have that done, which, to be fair, I said that it's okay because I don't know if it's the same thing, but when I had my two little ones, I did have 2 needles in my spine, the epidural, so I said, well, I'm really kind of used to that, so we'll see what happens. He said another thing that they may suggest is that they put me back on the medication to relieve the pressure. To be honest, the medication, I think the doctor thought I was still on it. But like I said, it was only prescribed for 10 days. I took it for the 10 days and then that was it. But I think I should have been on that for longer. But that's where I am with health-wise at the minute. It's all down to the neurology now, and just get some tests done, see if they can figure out what the problem is. In the meantime, I don't know if it's anything to do with blood pressure, but I've been testing my blood pressure on a regular basis and it's been quite erratic, really. Sometimes it's been like normal and then other times it has gone like really high. So I've been keeping my eye on that. I'm still getting like the thumping, beating in my ear, which feels like it's strange to explain unless you've experienced it. It's like a heartbeat you can hear in your one ear. So I've got it in my left ear. Sometimes it's more intense than others, but we'll just see what happens and just go from there. I will keep you posted on it. So that is health-wise at the minute. Now on to the happier bit. 2 weeks ago was my birthday. I became 38 years young. My mother-in-law took me out for afternoon tea because the cafes have opened up now. So she took me for an afternoon tea just before about a week before my birthday. And then, what day are we on now? Monday. Not weekend gone, but the weekend before, because we're allowed to travel now. And I had both of my injections, I went over to West Midlands to go and visit my family and my friends because I hadn't seen them for a while, and I really did want to see them. So at first I wasn't going to go. I kind of cancelled it because I think it was just the fear of travelling out again after not travelling for so long, for over about a year and a half. But on the Thursday morning, I dropped the kids off at school and I thought, you know what, I really, really want to go. I hadn't seen my brother in 2.5 years. Hadn't seen my best friend for about 6 months. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet and just go. So I did. I felt very anxious when I was waiting for the train because I pre-booked my seat, which you have to now. Before I'd never pre-booked my seat. It was just a case of get my ticket, get on the train, find the first seat that comes along. But yeah, I had to book it this time, so I was very anxious about finding my seat and then having to turf someone out of it if they was in it. If they refused to move, because I don't like arguments. But to be fair, it was more calmer, a lot more calmer than I thought it would be. Found my seat straight away and then had to change at crew. That was fine. And I had a lovely time when I was down there. I got to see, obviously I stayed with my best friend, her son. Oh, bless him, he's coming along so well. I can't believe how quick he's growing up. He's 3 in October. So it kept us busy, bless him. And on the Monday, I went to see my brother. Now, this was embarrassing, guys, and yeah, I still haven't forgiven myself for this. Me and my friend were in Sainsbury's, and we was waiting to exchange some trousers. And I texted my brother just to let him know that it was going to be a little bit late because I was meeting him by Hobbycraft round the corner. Said, not a problem. So we come out of Sainsbury's and there's this young lad with like floppy, mousy blonde hair and a beard, dressed in black. And he just come up to me and he turned around to me and he said, "You're not from round here, are you?" And I looked at him and I thought, oh God, why is he asking me that? And I just went, no, and I was looking at him ever so funny. And he said, "You don't recognise me, do you?" And I looked at him again and oh my God, I was so ashamed. It was my nephew. How bad is that? It's because I hadn't seen my brother in over 2.5 years, which means I haven't seen my nephews. The last time I saw them was in Presthaven, which was about 2.5 years ago, and he was about 14 then, or coming 14, or just turned 14 either way. But he's 16 now and I couldn't believe it. He's grown up so much. So he walked with us round the corner to Hobbycraft and was walking down, and I saw my brother and his partner walking down to us, and oh, it was lovely. It was really nice. It was like these programs, like the Long Lost Relatives, where they meet up after so long. It was very emotional. We just give each other a big bear hug. I started crying. And even my eyes now well up thinking about it. But yeah, I started crying. I turned around to him and I said, "I just don't want to let you go." And yeah, it was really lovely, and I can't believe how well he looks. He looks absolutely smashing, bless him. And great news for him because he's had quite a tough time lately in the past 2 years with health issues, which obviously I'm not going to mention because it's not my place to mention. But he's a lot better, he's on the right track, and obviously when he had that accident with his bike, he confessed that he hadn't been truly truthful. He said he just fell off his bike before, where he actually told me that he'd been knocked over by a car. He was very lucky. And he's coming along really well. His legs getting a lot better now. He can walk a lot more. And he's applied to start training as a hospital porter. And I thought, oh God, that's smashing. I spoke to him the other day and he said he had an email come through to see, probably an interview to see about it. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for him. Do you know, it's a big breakthrough that he needs. He needs that breakthrough, and that it's kind of life-changing for him, but it's for the better. So I'm really happy for him. So we've spent a bit of time together. We went to Willenhall Park, had a bit of lunch in the park, just got a couple of sandwiches from Morrison's. And yeah, so that was brilliant. And obviously I went back to my friends, and on the Tuesday was when I come back home, which the train journey was good, but it took an extra hour to get home, because when we pulled up outside of a place called Crewe, when I was waiting, unfortunately there was a person that wasn't in the right mind place at the time, which did obviously reflect on a train journey, but hopefully that person is now getting help. I just hope that they're okay. So yeah, I didn't get back till the evening time. I think it was about 7 o'clock. But yeah, I hope that person that is affected is doing okay. But yeah, that is what I've been doing. Well, that's mostly the last week or two. What else have I been doing? I've been doing a bit of colouring. I've started reading again. I did stop reading for a bit. I go through these fads where I'll stop reading for months, and then all of a sudden I'll just pick it up and I'll read about 3 books in one go. I'm like that. But I've right enjoyed it. I recently finished a book about the James Bulger case, story from his father's point of view. Some of you might be familiar with that, some of you might not. I'm not going to go into detail because again, it's not for me to talk about on this channel. It's just heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. But I finished reading that book, and I've just started reading the Jim Morrison autobiography, and I've actually been sat outside earlier before lunch, just sitting on the recliner bench because my back was into my husband's back's into from the garden, so I just sat outside reading, which I may do again in a minute. But I'm really enjoying the book. I'm really enjoying my reading at the minute. It's peaceful. It's really, really peaceful. Another thing that I've been doing is playing. Now, I never play games. I can't stand them. They drive me nuts. But I might have already told you that my husband has finally got me onto Black Desert, which is a game on the PlayStation, and surprisingly enough, I've been really enjoying it. And I'm up to I'm working on level 51 at the minute. And I found that really nice and peaceful and relaxing to do as a break from doing my other stuff. So I've been enjoying that. Stitching. I did a bit of stitching a few weeks ago. I did quite a bit, but for the last week or two I haven't really done any at all. But obviously I haven't really had the time. However, I will be picking it up again. And I do want to do a floss tube pretty soon because I haven't done one in a while, and just thought I'd show you what I've done so far because I have got a couple of, or at least one finishing and some works in progress, so I thought I would do one of those soon. So that is where I've been up to. However, I do need to do a redraw for the Floss Tube part of the 1000 subscriber giveaway, because unfortunately the person that did win has not yet contacted me. So I'm going to have to leave it a few more days because I have got a few other videos I want to do. However, I'm really sorry, but if they still haven't contacted me by then, I will have to do a redraw for the Floss Tuber part of the giveaway. Other than that, yeah, Colour Tube YouTube is going really well. I am still absolutely loving it, and I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for your continued support throughout the channel. I'm just so glad that I decided to do YouTube, because I do absolutely love where I'm at the minute, and I'm happy with it. I really am, because it feels like sometimes I do have low self-esteem, and I think to myself that I'm pretty useless at stuff. But with this, I feel like I've actually done something and succeeded, and still succeeding to do, and something that I absolutely love as well. So guys, it really does mean a lot, your support throughout the channel. Playing catch up as well with people's videos. I've been watching Lauren Loves to Colour, Joanne McCann, which is a really good friend of mine, Lisa's Colouring Corner. There is still a few I do need to catch up on, and I will catch up on those when I do have the time. So oh gosh, we're up to 26 minutes, so I'm going to leave it here now, guys, because you know that pre-recording videos don't last long, unfortunately, on my phone. So we've got a fair bit done here, I think. That we have got a fair bit done here. I will be finishing this picture off on camera. I did want to start it while we was here on camera, so you could have a little idea of what this book is like. I really do love the book, and I'm really looking forward to more books coming out by the Belba family. Not to mention them Tombow pens are pretty good in these. So anyway, guys, that is where I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to go outside again and try and get the last couple of minutes in before getting the children from school, if it's warm enough. So guys, if you've enjoyed the video, please feel free to give the video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please feel free to press that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. Thank you for watching, and I will be posting my finished picture on Instagram. So I shall see you soon. So goodbye for now, guys. Bye.